Hello, Gelato Familia. It is George, the Disney Italiano, with my very good friend, theme park conductor. We are back with another live, and honestly, it doesn't even feel like we left. And why I say that is yesterday we got done doing what I like to call the 11th hour uh, live stream marathon for both channels of Hollow Gelato and Theme Park Conductor, which it was a phenomenal live. It went off without a hitch, no technical issues or what have you. So we both kind of thought that we would take a little break today, kind of recover from yesterday. Is that the case? Nope.
No.
We're back. Disney had other plans for us today because there is a plethora of news we're going to get into today. But before I do, I have to bring on Mr. Theme Park Conductor, who is literally become my partner in crime. I know he has a partner in crime of Tommy Toon, but now he has two partners in crime of that we've been like covering all the breaking news and discussing things around the theme parks, whether it's Disney, Universal, what have you. But Conductor, welcome back in as usual. And if you want to say hello to everyone and let them know where they could find you.
Absolutely. It honestly does not feel like I left. It feels like literally there was no break in between. But like George has said on many different other topics and whatnot, I live for this crap. So you know how we were talking during the 11-hour live stream yesterday, and we were talking about the trip and how you're planning all this stuff, and you wake up at all sorts of random times throughout the day to sit there and book reservations and all this other stuff for me, Tommy, yourself, and your wonderful wife, Abigail. This is how I repay my homage. I live for this live stream nonsense and covering content. I love it.
And that's what I really appreciate with you because like you're like ready on the fly and it's like anytime there's like news drop, you either text me or call me or I text or call you and then it's like, oh, what are you doing today? Well, I guess we're doing it live. So
no, but it's absolutely great to be a co-host on Hollow Gelato, breaking down all this theme park news. We like Hollow Gelato mentioned, we have a lot to break down today. A lot got dropped this morning. Of course, they drop it the day after we do an 11-hour live
well, of
stream.
course, they could have dropped it yesterday because Universal sent out their quarterly earnings. So they could have just did everything at once, but no, they want us to do this in a two-parter. So
it's all right. I live for it anyway. But like George says, I'm Theme Park Conductor. You could find me on YouTube and Blue Sky at Theme Park Conductor, on Instagram at theme_park_conductor, on X at Theme Conductor, TikTok at Theme Park Conductor 1, and every Sunday at 5 or 7 p.m. for Conductor Sunday live stream, where we have amazing guests like the one and only Hollow Gelato with his spicy Italian info and his off the fly comments, which are just well known. And then we have Orange Grove 55, Tommy Toon World, and this coming Sunday, literally 2 days from now at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will have on my channel for the very first time the man, the myth, the modern day Walt Disney himself, Mr. Hey Bricky, will be on the channel with me, Tommy Toon World, and Orange Grove 55. Will break down, talk about all the information that me and Tommy need to kind of navigate the Magic Kingdom and Universal Orlando. Can't wait to have them. And I know George, we're going to have a special guest on his show, but I'm going to let him tell everybody here what guest that might be and what we're going to be talking about with him.
absolutely. And as Conductor has mentioned, we're going to do one more. Well, there's going to be many shows prior to our trip, but we're going to have one more specific live show proclaiming only for the trip that'll be coming up. And we're also going to have another seasoned veteran of Walt Disney World on. It's going to be a pretty cool dude, but not just any dude. Drew, the Disney dude. and he's going to come on and join and discuss everything that's going on with Walt Disney World and what could we expect and everything, because there are still some things that I haven't experienced yet because I haven't been to Walt Disney World since last May. So I didn't get a chance to see Starlight. I didn't get a chance to experience Test Track 3.0, Beacon Barrel. So a lot of the first time stuff that Conductor and Tommy will be experiencing, there are going to be some things that is going to be new for me too. So that's going to be very exciting. But in any case, a date and time will be coming out shortly once we get all that together. But yeah, Drew the Disney Dude will be joining us for that for sure.
Absolutely. It's going to be a wonderful time. And then we're going to be doing another special live stream on Monday morning, and it's going to be on Holo Gelato. George, do you want to inform everybody about that before we dive into the topics?
Yeah, absolutely. So on Monday at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time, because it's going to be 8:30 Eastern time, that we are going to be covering the earnings call for the Walt Disney Company. So with everything going on, it's going to be very interesting to see what is to become of this earnings call, because also too the what is it called? The shareholders meeting will be coming up literally a day after we get back from our trip. So, which would be March 18th. So we're going to be covering the earnings call. We're going to be covering the shareholders, and also too, on top of it, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but I want to bring it back up again. There's two topics I want to bring back up again because I think it's very interesting with everything going on with the 25th anniversary of DCA, the earnings call, the shareholders. It's going to be interesting. But I'll get into those topics in a little bit. But this is really what we're going to... Well, actually, first, let me... Give me 1 second here, folks. I'm so sorry.
No worries. And I want to give a big shout out to John, who was in our live stream. Pretty much, I think it was about 10 hours he was in our live stream yesterday. So big shout out to John in the chat. Big shout out to Giant Peter's Adventure. We got, who else we got in here?
So we got Giant Peter Adventures, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, my Holo to My Gelato, the Holo to My Gelato, Abby. Again, Holo Gelato Familia, Here We Go Again. It's basically, yeah, that's really what we're doing. And then coming back, John, Make It Rain.
Absolutely.
And then Peter said 11 hours was not enough. I guess not.
Nope.
And then Leslie is in the house. I believe she is on Conductor. So she says she's both subscribed and liked to you, Conductor, on your channel. So
absolutely. Thank you again for the love and support.
Then we got, I do, forgive me if I'm not pronouncing this correctly, Hecog. I do apologize if I'm not pronouncing that.
Yeah. John, I had a comment while you're pulling up the information you're going to pull up.
Yep.
John asked, do you guys both have wands? I have two wands. I have Dumbledore and I have Voldemort. So I do have two wands.
Yeah, no, actually, well, no, I had a wand, but I gave it to my son years ago. So I passed the wand down. I was de-wand. So and he says that's legit. Um, oh, let's see. Will you guys be taking the Brightline train to the parks? No, we will not be taking the Brightline train to the parks. We're probably just going to do just a basic Uber from the airport, because once we're there, we're going to be staying in the Disney bubble and we're staying on property. So then we just get the complimentary Disney um, uh, Disney transportation. But in any case, now to get into what this whole live is about, and it's about the news that dropped more so for Disney California Adventures 25th anniversary, which we were, I think, all kind of blindsided by it because we knew that they were going to have the 25th anniversary, and we all kind of know that Disney kind of puts other parks other than its castle parks kind of like their anniversaries. It's like, yeah, here's a special button, here's a specialty drink or a dessert menu or what have you. But I have to say they kind of, which they are having that, but I feel like they're doing a little bit more with DCA, which I'm very surprised at that. But I'm going to share my screen, and this is compliments of Jack from DSMY Newscast. And it says, new in celebration of Disney California Adventures 25th anniversary, Soarin' Over California returns February 6th to July 1st. Mickey and Minnie will debut in new outfits on February 6th. And Humphrey the Bear will join the characters at Storytellers Cafe at Disney's Grand Californian starting February 6th. So basically, all this stuff is going to be added February 6th, the day after February 5th, which is going to be kind of like a kickoff that's going to be over by the Hyperion, that they're going to have photo ops, they're going to have character meet and greets. You have to join the virtual queue, which I don't know why, for our magnet set that starts at noon. So we will be there on February 5th. More so, I know Conductor is going to be, I'm going to try to be there for February 6th as well. I did make the reservation just to be on the safe side. And then Abby and I will be doing the D23 event for DCA's 25th anniversary Spotlight Series at the Disneyland Hotel on the 7th. And then I'm also going back to DCA on February 8th for the actual anniversary day itself. So literally from February 5th to February 8th, like 4 days in a row, is going to be all about Disney California Adventure. But I'm going to bring these photos up just a little bit closer so you guys can see. There's Humphrey the Bear. Now, here's the thing with Humphrey the Bear. I have a little bone to pick with him because I do want to meet him. And I know it's at Storytellers Cafe, but hey, if I have to make a reservation for it, then so be it. I really should try to make a reservation for it. Because I don't know if it's during, like, if he's going to be walking around for like lunch or something, or if he's just going to be in there. I'm not sure. Like, I think it says join the characters at Storytellers Cafe. Okay, so I think you have to have a reservation for Storytellers, and he's going to be walking around. But in any case, I do want to meet him because I'm literally going to ask him. I'm going to say, I'm a huge fan of yours. I love your classic cartoon shorts with Donald. I loved the Hungry Bear, but I'm like, why in the world did they get rid of my hot honey chicken sandwich? That's what I really want to ask him. And it's like, you enjoy honey, I enjoy my hot honey chicken sandwich. I want my chicken sandwich.
Oh my gosh. And just before we get to Mickey and Minnie's costumes, so I'm actually going to go on the Disneyland website right now and see if there are a reservation for Storytellers while George is talking about this. And if we're able to get in on February the 6th, I will be holding George's phone and he'll be mic'd up when he asks Humphrey the Bear that question. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a loud conversation.
And John Make It Rain, is Humphrey the new bear? He is new as a costume character, but actually Humphrey's been around, I believe, since the 1940s with the classic Donald Duck cartoons. and one of my favorite shorts is called Rugged Bear. So if anyone after our live, of course, definitely look up Rugged Bear, Donald Duck cartoon with Humphrey. It's absolutely hilarious. It's one of my favorite Disney shorts. And then we have Michael Snuffer in the house. Welcome in, Michael. Love California Adventure. I do too. I think honestly, it's a park that it's not Disneyland, but it's not supposed to be Disneyland. It's its own beast. And I know it has a lot of work that needs to be done, but it's getting there. And I think actually it stands the test of time of how the park is moving forward. And I think it's progressing nicely. And then we have Mademoiselle in the house. You're live again? Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
We are live again.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so just real quick, go ahead and read Peter's comment, and then I have.
Just what I say, Disney's Land is the best. Hey, that's the GOAT.
Hey, I think Peter even mentioned he says Disney was like that Italiano guy and that Choo Choo were not live long enough. Let's drop some news.
That literally was Disney. They were like. It's 11 hours. They could do another 1 or 2 hours. Why not? Let's throw them in there.
So before we get to these costume characters, George, if you want to do storytellers, because I put in party size for 3. What time would you want to do? Breakfast or lunch?
And that is for
storytellers.
Is that for the 6th?
Yep.
If we could, let's shoot for lunch.
So we have 11:10, 11:20, 11:30, 11:50, 12:10, 12:20, 12:30, 12:50.
Let's do 12:50.
Okay.
Because that way we can be in the park for a little bit and deal with all that chaos, which we're going to explain why there's going to be chaos in that park. In the park that day, folks. It's going to be a doozy. Yes, let's do 12:50.
Gotcha. I'm locking it in right now. So, see, I just want to clarify something. Even during a live,
look, we're making plans while we're actually on a live.
So, believe me, we don't give up.
No. Nope, we don't. We are very persistent, and we have the tenacity to just keep on going.
Exactly.
We always move forward, as Mr. Walt Disney always says. John Make It Rain asked, do they do raffles at D23? As far as for raffles for tickets, no, but they do this kind of thing where they send you a link for everyone who has tickets. It's like a raffle to see if you can get a guaranteed seat in some of the presentations and panels. I was lucky enough to get a few of them during the raffle. And one of them was the tribute presentation of Richard Sherman, because it was at the time when he passed away and Disney wasn't prepared for it. So they did that presentation on the fly. So I was lucky enough to get that one. So yeah, so they kind of do a raffle, but then they don't have a raffle.
Exactly.
If that makes sense. So then we have here Mickey and Minnie. They are sporting their new outfits. I'm assuming they're going to have it through. It says it starts on February 6th. So I don't know how long they're going to have them in these outfits, but it's to pay tribute to Disney California Adventure. And I actually, it kind of gives me like the Disney 70th. Which I'm okay with, because I think when DCA started as the 1.0, they kind of had like these like retro colors. And I love how they have like the sun on their shirts to kind of pay tribute to that god-awful sun that was in like the very beginning of the park when you walked in.
Yeah, that never worked correctly.
Yeah, it never worked, but I'm glad that they find a new use for it. So it goes well with their costumes.
Absolutely.
And then Soaring Over California returns February 6th to July 1st. Now, this is going to be very interesting, and this is going to be very unique. On February 5th, Abby and I just recently went on Soarin', and I have to say I was very disappointed with the outcome. Because when we went on it, we had the third row, and anyone knows who's been on Soarin', the third row is the worst because the way that the ride system is, you have 3 tiers. You have the first rows, the second rows, and the third rows. Well, if you're in the second or the third row, you see other people's feet dangling in front of you, that's in front of you. And again, you have it for the second and the third. But if you're in the third row, it's even worse because you're lower to the ground and you see the outline of the screen. So it definitely like takes away from the peripheral vision of like what you really should be looking at. So I really wish that they would update some stuff of that with Soarin', hopefully in time. But in any case, Abby and I just recently went on it. And then also too, where I was sitting, the smellitzers was not working. I could not smell the fresh cut grass of Africa. I couldn't smell the eucalyptus of India. I couldn't smell the suntan lotion of Fiji. I couldn't smell anything. So that actually took away from the experience. But in any case, I definitely want to go on Soarin' one more time on February 5th because I want to ride it as Soarin' Around the World. And then February 6th, I want to ride it again for Soarin' Over California. And then when it ends on the last day of July 1st, it's going to go from Soarin' Over California, but it's not going to go back to Soarin' Over America. It's going to Soarin' Over the World. It's going to go into Soarin' Across America for the country's 250th anniversary. So it's going to be very interesting that it's going to have 3 different variations of the ride, one after the other.
Absolutely. And to kind of piggyback off that a little bit as well, I've been in Soarin' as well, where the smell sensors haven't worked, or some of the sensors, I don't know if, because I'm sure they have to be cleaned once in a while because they get all weird and funky and all that stuff. But I remember riding it one time. This was in the last couple years, and it was during Food and Wine, because usually during Food and Wine they'll go back to the original Soarin' Over California instead of Soarin' Over the World. And I remember they got to the orange grove part, and it literally smelled, and I'm not even exaggerating about this, it was crazy. It literally smelled like rotten oranges. It was horrendous. And they actually had to shut the ride down for a couple hours to clean that sensor.
Well, it was funny because and then Abby next to me said that it was overly powering of the smell. So she got like double the amount. I had nothing. And what was funny was after we walked out, the ride shut down.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, something was going on with it that needed to be fixed. And we got Rudio back in the house. George loves that third row in the left section. Absolutely. That is my favorite. I swear, if I get the third row on the left side every time, that is like the best.
Yes.
That, like the third row to the left on Soarin' is me not getting D23 tickets.
Yeah. There you go.
And John Make It Rain is asking, is it a maintenance issue? I definitely think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, these sensors actually shoot out like the mist effect, and it's like a flavored mist. So it's almost like a syrup that they mix together, like they use for a fog machine during Halloween. It's almost the same thing. And if you leave the residue left in there and you don't clean it so often, it gets weird and gross.
Yeah, I agree. And John always says, was it always like that, the seeing of people's feet? Yeah, absolutely. It was like that from the very beginning. But I think people were okay with it because it was a brand new attraction when it first opened at DCA, and then later on in 2005 at Epcot. I mean, it's always a bit annoying, but I mean, like, I think people were like, they dealt with it. But I think after so long, when we see technology, upgrading and everything, it's, I think they can do much better.
Absolutely.
I wish that they kind of would update it where what they were going to do is have us like, like when you go into like a laundry place where they hang like your clothes that need to be steam pressed and it goes up like a conveyor belt kind of thing.
Yes.
That's what Soarin' was supposed to be. We were supposed to be suspended on these little like seats, and we were supposed to swing and sway and move in
Oh,
with
no
the scene.
kidding.
I really wish that they would like literally, this is a hot take, like demolish this whole thing and start up from the ground up. Still call it Soarin', but give us a whole brand new version of Soarin'.
That would be awesome by far. That would be phenomenal. And then just to go back to the picture, because I was busy booking our reservation for the 6th
Of course.
for Mickey and Minnie's
Oh yeah, absolutely.
outfits. I do have to say they do look a lot better in a way, because if all of you kind of remember Mickey's jacket, it was kind of weird. Like for the 70th,
Oh
like
yeah,
literally one side was like this. It
yeah,
was
and yeah, like one
weird.
side is like, it's like Pluto was pulling on it, like, and it stretched it.
Yeah, it was weird. It was really strange. I'm like, what in God's name is going on here? One thing, okay, with all this information, obviously there's going to be more that we're going to talk about. I kind of wonder because Michael Eisner still plays a role at Disney, even though he's not officially with Disney, but he still does some work with Disney. I wonder if he's going to be there either on the 8th or the 5th or the 6th or the 7th, probably the 8th, the actual birthday of DCA. I wonder if he's going to be there for that. For that.
It's possible. That would be cool. I think for the 25th anniversary of DCA, I think honestly, it should be fitting to have him there because he obviously, despite of how people feel about DCA 1.0, he was still part of it, of the creation. So, without DCA 1.0, we wouldn't have DCA 2.0 and 2.5 and
100%, because that would be awesome. if we went on a kind of like what we did for the Disneyland 70th, not the one in May, but the one in July, where we showed the video clip where we're literally right up front, Damaro and then Iger spoke, and Iger spoke some words about, Walt's famous words when the park opened in 1955. It would be really cool if Eisner, if they built like a little stage kind of in front of the lagoon area, they built the little stage and he got on stage with Damaro and maybe Iger, and he said a few words. That would be pretty awesome.
That would be cool. I mean, what would that be like if you had the 3 generations of CEOs?
That would be dope.
Iger brings up Eisner, and they both bring up the new CEO.
Dude, that would be dope, dude.
That would be. I don't think they ever did anything like that. You would have the 3, literally Eisner, Iger, and then obviously it's probably going to be Damaro.
100%. That would be awesome. And actually, they would already know who the next CEO is, so it wouldn't be such a bad idea. Actually, it would not be such a bad idea to do that.
Yeah, John, I think honestly that would be very. I think that would be very creative.
That would be literally a lightning in the bottle moment, kind of like what the moment you had with Josh D'Amaro waving at you in the crowd. Yeah, I think that would be a lightning in the bottle moment to have 3 generations of CEO on one stage, one speaking after the other, starting with Eisner.
And I am going to come back to that topic because, as I said, that is something, even though we touched upon it yesterday, but I think there are some like article things that are touching upon that. So that's going to be very, very interesting.
Sure.
So John Make It Rain says, have either of you two ever been able to ask Josh questions about certain events of DCA?
No.
No, I haven't been able to ask Josh specifically about DCA, but I did talk to him briefly when I was chasing him down Main Street for the selfie.
Yeah.
And he asked me if I was going to go to this was during D23 weekend. And he said, are you going to be at the presentation Saturday? Because that was the parks presentation. And I said, yeah, I'm going to be there. And he said, well, definitely, you're really going to enjoy it. And sure enough, he was right. I did enjoy it. There was a lot of big announcements.
No, I absolutely 100%. So it would be interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I really do like that. I repeat my previous statement from yesterday during the 11-hour live stream. We don't even work for Disney, and we're just coming up with stuff on the fly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, it just goes naturally. That's just how it goes.
Pretty much. Crazy.
Okay. Speaking of crazy, and this is what's going to be crazy when we get there. So this is compliments of Mondo from Five Fires. Shout out to him and Danny and everyone that contributes to the Five Fires community. He says, wow, new 25th anniversary DCA bucket coming February 6th. And I'm going to bring this up a little closer. So it's a new popcorn bucket that, why won't it go? Maybe that's just how it goes. Oh, never mind. It's a new popcorn bucket that's designed to look like the Sun Wheel, aka Mickey's Fun Wheel, aka Pixar Palaron. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm very picky when it comes to these popcorn buckets and sippers and everything. But I have to tell you, I definitely have to try to get my hands on one of these.
100%. It's interesting you mentioned that because a good friend of ours, Tommy Toon World.
Oh yeah, king of the popcorn buckets.
King of the popcorn. This guy loves popcorn buckets, but he texts me. He's like, dude. First of all, because I put the post out this morning, he's like, can I collab with you on that? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. So I edited it real quick. I added him on there. And then he's all like, are you going on the 6th? I'm like, yeah, I'm planning on it. He's all like, you got to get me a popcorn bucket. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to do it. But they actually said, and George is right. You know, I'm kind of picky with popcorn buckets too, because they could be, you know, if you collect enough of them, it's hard to display them. It's hard to store them. But the fact that this specific popcorn bucket has unique elements to it. First of all, they've never made a popcorn bucket like this for DCA ever that represents the Mickey's Fun Wheel that used to be the Sun Wheel. And actually in the chat on this post, not the chat from our live stream, Samuel Blank, he actually has a picture of what the other or a similar popcorn bucket look like with the big sun dial logo, but in this case it has the Mickey face.
Yeah, this right here of the Sun Wheel actually is part of it was a collection that it would be pieces that connect to the Disney monorail playset.
Yes.
And
I remember.
I remember. I mean, and these things are discontinued, obviously, but they go for like big money on eBay.
Oh, for sure. The one thing that I love about this popcorn bucket, they Disney did confirm, or someone of a source, either from our community or a representative from Disney, mentioned online this morning when this dropped, was that this popcorn bucket is going to be able to, and obviously you guys can see it, it will light up and it will interact with certain areas of DCA and both DCA and Disneyland. But I think the element feature is going to be mainly focused on DCA.
And I think,
Cool.
and correct me if I'm wrong, I thought I read it somewhere that it's supposed to interact with the lighting and the colors of World of Color.
I heard that. I
Yeah.
saw that post a couple hours ago. So that's pretty cool. So the fact that they put that much technology into this popcorn bucket, knowing that people are going to buy this thing. Now, the question I have is real quick. Sorry, George. The question I have is, are they gonna limit the amount of popcorn buckets per person? Because scalpers love to go in there and buy 50 of these,
And they still have a way of doing it, because what they do is they bring their entourage, and I believe it's usually a minimum, or not a minimum, excuse me, a maximum, unless they changed it, of 2 popcorn buckets per person per checkout. But I think what a lot of people do is they bring their entourage and they go into different locations and they all stand in line and they all buy 2 each. So if you have a group of 8 people, they're walking away with 16 popcorn buckets.
Crazy. And I'm buying one for Tommy. He really wants one, so I'm gonna definitely do that for him. But this thing looks awesome. I cannot wait to get my hands on this thing.
And I love the color scheme of the popcorn bucket too, because it gives off like the 25th anniversary color vibes.
It does. It really does. And welcome in MH Reels. I don't think we've had him in before, so welcome in.
Welcome in. Now, aside from the popcorn bucket, there's also going to be other offerings and things going around DCA during this time. And this is from forgive me if I'm not pronouncing this correctly, Sasaki Time. DCA 25th anniversary merchandise available February 6th. Hashtag DCA 2020. Sorry, DCA 25. So here are 2 people sporting a DCA 25th anniversary hoodie, which kind of looks like, I don't know, it kind of has like an iridescent like shine to it.
Yes.
So if that is the case, that's pretty cool. So you have a throw over hoodie, which is in black, which I really like. I do love the t-shirt too. The only problem is I wish it was in a darker color. I hate light colors because when it's hot and the sun is out and you're walking around and you're the hustle and bustling, I'm sorry, I'm just going to come right out and say it. Sweat shows with a light shirt.
It does. It really honestly does. I do like the designs of both. Yes. And again, I'm kind of feeling they're just giving us the general design of what they're going to look like, but they might have more colors. The one thing I would say though, I really like the design of what the girl's wearing. Like with all the different icons of DCA.
I agree.
And I kind of feel like the jacket is focused on Cathay Circle restaurant and nothing else. I kind of wish they would have taken the logo off the shirt and put it on the jacket to kind of represent all elements of DCA.
I think honestly, because here's the thing, I understand why they have 2 different logos for 2 different reasons, because they wanted something subtle and they wanted something for a full representation. I really wish that they kind of did the best of both worlds, where you can have each design on each of the clothing. So you could have like the hoodie either have this or this, and the t-shirt you could have this or this.
And like I said, when everybody gets to the stores once DCA opens, they might have more colors, more designs, more clothing options. I think they're just trying to give us a taste of what they're coming out with their clothing line, which I love. I absolutely love it, and it's gonna be funny as hell because February the 6th is literally less than a month before we go to Orlando, and I can't wait to start wearing this merch around Walt Disney World and people just staring at me like I'm a nutcase and getting people's reactions while I'm doing a live stream in the park. I think it's gonna be funnier than hell.
And wearing a 25th anniversary Disney California Adventure shirt.
Exactly.
Now, here's the
100%.
thing. This is what makes me nervous when buying apparel in these kind of situations because it's not only them running out of the item, it's running out in your size. And
Yeah,
that always happens to me every single time. I don't know why in the world everyone else has to have the same damn size as me,
yeah,
but it's like every time I go, they'll have every size imaginable, but they'll be out of my size.
yeah. It's the
And
same it's the same thing for me as well. 'Cause I wear a double X because of the length, not the width, but the length of the shirt, and it always seems like they're always out of it, like, literally,
and
that's
yeah, and I wear an extra large because again, I like to have a little bit more room. I could fit into a large, but I like to have a little bit more flowy, to my clothing. Um, but in any case, as I said, if I have to knock some people over, so be it, because I'm telling you right now, it's going to be chaotic. And I'm sorry, it already gets on my nerves when people are standing in the middle of a path that you're walking
yeah,
and they're standing there having a conversation. It's like move to
yeah.
the side and you can have your conversation. But if you're in my way, oh no, I'll be a bowling ball to your pin. Like I'll just start making strikes.
No, 100%. Because, George, we'll get to it in a little bit because we'll kinda describe what we're talking about because George actually has a video. But this pin set. Okay, so me and George actually talked about this because we were on the phone this morning for a good, what, hour and a half or
Hour and
hour
a
and
half.
10 minutes, yeah, hour and a half, and we're going back and forth, and it's funny because one of the things George mentioned, he's like, "These pins, no way in hell they're gonna have them on the racks. They have to be behind the counter. There's
Mhm.
no way."
'Cause they did that for the 70th. I remember they, had them behind the counter, and they were moving like hotcakes. I remember by the time we got to the register, they were already out of a pin. Luckily, it wasn't a pin that we wanted. We got the ones we wanted, but they were selling out. But I really like these. I honestly, are you considering on getting all 3, or is there a specific one or ones that you are gonna try to get?
Okay, so I'm gonna go for all 3, but if let's say the 2 smaller pins run out, the one I'm gonna go for, if they don't have all 3, I'm going for the big one. That's a guaranteed fact.
I think my mindset, yeah, I kinda have the same, thought process. I would like to get all 3, but I really would love that big one because just like the t-shirt, it has all the icons surrounding for the park with the 25th
S s
iridescent look.
Okay, so I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and this is me going off the rails, okay, but hear me out. Okay, so Galaxy's Edge, right?
Mhm.
Not to get off subject, but
No, you're fine.
Galaxy's
Good.
Edge, um, has and I think you can still get it today unless they stop making them. But it's like almost like a Star Wars credit, but it's a gift card, but it's a metal basically a metal challenge coin, but it's a gift card. And, when the land first opened, I got one of those, and I'm pretty damn sure you can still get them at, like, Droid Depot and Savvy's Workshop and all that. Um, and what's interesting about it, it looks like a Star Wars credit, but it feels and it's weighted like a challenge coin. And I don't know if anybody's seen what a challenge coin is. They're pretty awesome. Um, what I would love to see Disney do, since they already did it for Galaxy's Edge, is create a logo. Like I'm sure Disney California Adventure is going to create a special logo for the 25th anniversary, kind of like what we're seeing here with the bigger pin out of the three, or even the two smaller pins. What I would like to see is the um out of the designs on the pin, either have a challenge coin made to look like the Mickey Pixar Pal fun wheel, which is the big giant Ferris wheel, or do the Grizzly Peak Bear as a challenge coin. That would be awesome. And it says Disney California Adventure 25th anniversary on it.
Yeah,
And
I kind of hope like when they have the specialty coins that was for like the 70th and kind of thing, like have like a set of
yes,
fifth, like that would be really cool. But I just want to just make a minor note here. M.H Reels knows Amusement Park Pirates, and so does Leslie. Shout out to Amusement Park Pirates. He was able to join our 11-hour live yesterday. Really cool guy. I got to record with him on his live, and yeah, so definitely shout out to him.
absolutely. So I think personally, that would be kind of cool if they made a special limited edition challenge coin or a challenge coin set that you could buy for DCA's 25th anniversary. I think that would be phenomenal. But just like everything we've previewed so far with the popcorn bucket, these pins, that Sherm jacket, it's going to go quick. It's going to be like Armageddon, like literally.
Oh yeah, I remember what I said to you on the phone this morning. Like literally, as soon as the park opens, they start letting people in, but they don't like have the attractions open yet. They just have people kind of stationed in the areas of where they're going to go. And I know for a fact they're going to start lining people up in front of the store, and that line is going to that's going to be crazy because it's not even just the fact of standing in a line.
Yeah.
It's once you get in the store, it is like so chaotic. And I have to I'll be bringing up the video soon. Hopefully it's in that video of what it looks like. It was during the 70th, and I have a funny feeling. And my palms are sweating just thinking about it because I had Abby at that time. I don't know if I'm going to have her because see, here's the thing. She's small and tiny, and like she can move, like she could squeeze through people. So it's like, like she like can like maneuver in a way, and I'm like, I don't have that ability,
Oh
and this is going to be interesting.
yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. But
so we have Mouseword Bound in the house. Welcome in. Mouseword Bound also joined us yesterday during the live, and we have a lot of people in here that joined us for the 11-hour live. Like that's phenomenal, and thank you all so much for joining us again today. But yeah, Peter, she's like Ant-Man. That's literally she can go small and big at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. So aside from the pins and then the popcorn buckets, there is other stuff that is coming to DCA. I'm going to try to find it because I mean, it was like posted all over the place this morning. It was like,
okay. So while you're pulling that up, I'm going to bring up to everyone's attention as well that, okay, I'm going to say for the popcorn bucket, let's start with that.
mm-hmm.
And I want to give a big shout out again to M.H. Reels. He just said, I'm sharing your guys' live on my Discord. So definitely I definitely appreciate and love the support. Thank you so much for watching this live stream and sharing.
Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it.
I want to.
Oh, really quick, conductor. Before hold your thought. There was other thing when we showed the apparel. There was one other thing I forgot. The girl was also wearing a 25th anniversary hat. Yes.
So it'd probably be a snapback or a drawstring. It wouldn't be a fitted hat. I think fitted hats are too expensive for the company to mass produce, even though I like fitted hats.
Yeah, I do
Um,
too.
but I want to ask everybody in the chat right now that Mickey Mickey Pixar Pal Around Ferris wheel popcorn bucket. I want to ask everybody in the chat and even George himself, how much do you guys think that popcorn bucket's going to be?
Honestly, what they really should have done was in honor of the 25th anniversary, make it $25.
Hey, that's what I mean. George, I swear, me and George, it's crazy because we think of things like on the fly, and it's like, boom, idea right there. And we didn't even have to think about it. We just spit it out. It's just crazy. Mousebound 2 says $50. Ouchie.
I hope it's not fit, but here's the thing, because it's a specialty popcorn bucket,
Believe it.
I can see them going pretty high. I can actually, yeah. Because
Giant,
once this thing is gone, they're not going to replenish.
oh, hell no. Giant Peter's Adventure says, give us the 2000s prices. Yeah, that ain't going to happen. I wish, Giant Peter. That would be phenomenal.
That's a good idea. In honor of the 25th anniversary, give us the price that it would have cost back in 2001.
It'd be $15, and everyone and their mother would be buying that.
And then M.H Reels, you're very welcome. You guys are great, and you do a great job. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it. And I do have to say, folks, I do apologize that this fire alarm keeps on beeping. I don't know what's wrong with it. Like every time it works, then it doesn't. I'm ready to take like a sledgehammer to it, but I do apologize. Just trying to bear with me here.
Absolutely. And you know, why George is bringing up more content, I want to ask you about the next item.
Yes.
the pin set. How much do you guys think the big pin would be? I think it would be $30.
Yeah, I think 30. The small ones probably maybe like $19.99 plus tax.
Yeah, I think so. It would actually be nice if they said, "Oh, if you want to buy it as a set, we'll give you a discount and you can use your magic key on it." See, that's the other thing that kind of concerns me, is because they're not going to be ready. I have my concerns that they are not going to be ready for the merch drop on the 6th. The only reason I say that, and I mean no disrespect.
Do you think they could have a soft opening of the merch on the 5th?
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. I think they're going to
wait.
I know, I would love that, but I don't think so. The one thing that concerns me though is when the merch was dropping for the 70th, both times back in May, and then the official birthday of Disneyland, which was in July. There were items that were shared on Disney's social media page and even on the website saying, "Oh yeah, there's all these items," and they didn't come to the resort until months and months after the fact.
Oh, I remember that.
And I was pissed because one of the items was a magic band that said Disneyland 70th on it.
I remember.
And I was never able to get it. And then they had like a pocket watch that was like limited edition. It was expensive, but it was limited edition. And I think it was like back in October during the Halloween season, or it might have been in November. It might have been actually in November. I went to the Disneyland Resort and I went to Wonderground Gallery in downtown Disney, and they had it there. I'm like, when did you guys get this? They're all like, oh, well, we only got this a couple weeks ago. I'm like, you guys do realize the 70th kicked off back in July, right? They're all like,
yeah. They also did the same thing too with that massive that metal key. Like, you know, the key that we used to unlock the thing, but they had like the die cast giant key.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, if you're going to showcase all this stuff and you're going to announce all this stuff, you have to have it ready to be produced and put out on shelves the day of. You
Well,
can't show all this stuff and say, "Oh yeah, it's for DCA's 25th anniversary and it's going to be 4 months after the fact of the actual anniversary date." Like it just doesn't work that way.
exactly. And when I asked cast members during the 70th, I'm like, where's all these items? They're like, well, let me call a supervisor. And then it went from a supervisor to a department manager. And finally, the department manager came from backstage, talked to me, and he's all like, I'm going to tell you on the down low at the time. Obviously, everyone figured it out by now, but on the download at the time, he's all like, well, the problem is we're having production issues, and a lot of the merch that was supposed to be displayed and offered to be bought, it's delayed. And I'm like, well, that's kind of stupid. I was totally respectful of the guy, but I gave him my 2 cents, and I'm like, I think Walt Disney would be turning in his grave right now, knowing that you guys operate like this. Come on, man. He's like, I know. I'm like, okay, just so you know.
And it makes me wonder, like when they say, we don't really know, we get told that day as well. So we find out when you guys do. Do you fully believe that?
No.
Or do you think they kind of do that to kind of cover their own butts?
I think they do it to ease the tension.
Yeah.
Because if people asked about merch and they come out and say, oh, at some point in the conversation, it goes, well, how long have you guys known about this? And if they say, oh, yeah, 2 months ago, then it's like, well, if you've known 2 months ago, why didn't you guys put out a statement to let everyone else know? So I think like you said, they do it to cover their own butt.
Yeah.
Really.
Maswar Bond's asking, how much was the talking Mickey popcorn bucket for Disneyland 70?
I want to say that was $39.99. I want to say it was either that or $29.
No, I bought one. I didn't buy one for myself, but I bought, I think, 2 of them for Lucas Kim, but I can't remember how much it was.
I want to say it was $29.
I think you're right. Yeah. For some reason, $29.99 is like coming in my head with that.
I think it was.
And Peter says the pocket watch should have been 1950s prices.
Hey, Peter's on the roll today. I love it.
Yeah, there you go, man.
You know what's interesting to me as well is what was it? It was, oh my gosh, it was an item that it was a lot of the merch. Okay, so this was the funny part. And it drove me nuts. It wasn't funny to me at the time, but now looking back, it was kind of funny. That a lot of the merch you couldn't use your Magic Key discount on, and it drove me nuts. And literally a week later, everyone's using their Magic Key discount to get discounts on the merch. I'm like, you guys suck.
It's like they don't do it like the first day or the first couple days or the first week, but yeah, then they'll drop it because they know it's whatever is left out of inventory that they'll say, okay, yeah, you could use your Magic Key on it, but you know that people are going to pay outright for it without the Magic Key prices because they'd be afraid they're going to sell out.
Yeah, 100%.
They're very, very clever. They are very sly.
Yeah, they try to be.
So this is coming from WDW News Today. Disney California Adventure 25th anniversary cake shake coming soon.
Ooh.
And here's a picture of it. It's basically, it's probably, I'm assuming, like a funfetti cake milkshake. And it looks like they have what's supposed to be, what is it? What is that supposed to be? Candles on top?
I want to say candles, but I can't tell for sure. Yeah, no. So it looks like a piece of cake is sticking out of it. But
I think you're right.
Yeah. The way the icing looks, it looks like candles.
It looks like candles. Yeah, I think you're right. It is a piece of cake. The cake shake is a confetti shake with strawberry icing, sprinkles, whipped topping, and a slice of cake. It'll be available from February 6th through February 15th. Okay, so it's only going to be available for 9 days.
It looks like a sugar bomb waiting to happen, though.
Yep. Other 25th anniversary. After I eat it, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. I'm going to be pissing out crystallized urine.
Probably.
Other 25th anniversary offerings include new merchandise, which we were talking about, Humphrey meet and greet opportunity, and the return of Soarin' Over California. Are you excited to get this cake shake? Let us know on social media. Well, Tom, I will let you know when I get it and try it for myself, and it'll be showcased on Holo Gelato.
Yeah, and somehow in between that, I'm going to get roped in sharing the straw or sharing, getting my own straw and sticking my own straw in the drink and drinking it at the same time.
Ooh, we could do that.
Oh, God.
Actually, no. You know what we could do?
So, just for clarification, I only throw myself in the snake pit because I know if I don't say it outright, I'm going to be caught off guard, and George is going to just say it on the fly. So I'd rather just get it out ahead of the time so I can actually mentally prepare for it.
True. Actually, my suggestion was for me and you to split the slice of cake, but
no.
Oh gosh. So let's see. Peter says, I showed that shake to my sister and she was like, what the heck is that? And then Magical Hops in the building. Welcome back in. Looks like a slice of cake, and that's exactly what it is, good sir. Actually, I thought it was something like of candy that was kind of like supposed to be representation of candles.
Yeah.
But yeah, after conductor said a slice of cake, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see it. Yeah, it does kind of remind you how they do the milkshakes at Twosomes.
It does. It actually does. So I do commemorate. I do give credit to the Disney chefs for coming up with that. I think that's awesome. But what do you say? Sugar Rush? I may ride all the rides in an hour. Oh God,
that is going to be. It is going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be super sweet.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. And knowing Southern California, it's going to be hotter than shit, and you're going to feel like shit because you're dealing with the heat, and you have a whole bunch of sugar in you. Yeah, that's going to be a great combo right there. Recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Like it.
Let me see. There were another set of, I think, food. There was a couple other food things.
For what?
Let me see if I can find it because I think one was a someone showcased it earlier. I thought it was like a croissant. But I don't know. I only saw like one picture of it.
I thought
no one else. I don't think actually like reported on it.
You know what? I'll Google it as well real quick. While you're talking about it.
Yeah, because what it showcased, it kind of had like the same colors that they're using for like the milkshake and Mickey and Minnie's outfits, and they had like a coating on top of what looked like a croissant.
Yeah. Okay. So that shake is actually going to be as smoothies. That's where that's going to be at.
Oh man, that line is going to be out the wazoo. I have a feeling literally like that day is just going to be a day of lines.
Yep. Not for the rides, for the merch, for the popcorn bucket, for the foods. That's 100% guaranteed. Okay. This was in downtown Disney though. George, let me send you this link. This is let me go here. I'm going to send it to your Instagram so you can pull it up. Okay. It's from Disney Park Blogs.
Oh, okay. And Mouse Bond says, is anyone else excited about Humphrey? I know I am. Yes, I am. I'm actually really surprised that they decided to do a costume character for Humphrey.
Absolutely. And then I'm going to step away for a quick second. I got to get some.
Just to let you know, your mic's kind of going a little bit in and out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me 1 second, folks. I'm just bringing up
So I'm going to be right back. So I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Oh, okay, so let me see if I can. Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. Give me 1 second, folks. I do apologize. But it's like every time you bring up like a new page, then you have to like add for the new screen to share the screen. And here we go. Perfect. So if anything new pops up, I'll wait for Conductor, but let me just kind of like start off the gist. So this is coming from the Disney Parks blog. This is what he sent me. Disney California Adventure Park 25th anniversary offerings. We showcased with Mickey. We went through. I think those outfits still look really cute though. We talked about Soarin'. There's the shake. And we got the popcorn bucket.
All right, I'm back.
You're back. Okay, so and really quick, because even though we brought it up before, but here is the hat
Yes.
that the woman is showcasing. And then there was the pins.
Absolutely.
There's Humphrey.
Yes, sir. I cannot
Oh,
wait.
this was the other thing too. So speaking where Humphrey the Bear is going to be showcased at Storytellers, there's also going to be another pin. It's limited edition of Chippendale standing outside of the Grand Californian, and it says 25 years. So this is going to be a special limited edition pin that I'm assuming you might have to get at the hotel. Let's see. A new limited edition paying tribute to the 25th anniversary of Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. Oh, is available now while supplies last. So that's good to know. Huh.
I might pick that up.
It's at the Acorns Gifts and Goods shop. Chippendale are depicted striking a playful pose in front of the hotel. See, but see, that's the one thing that irritates me is they drop some of this stuff and they announce it the day of, and people aren't prepared for it. So it's just luck by draw. Whoever is down there will get one.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Well, we're definitely probably not getting that one. Let's see. Oh, then there's the Downtown Disney District 25th anniversary. Looks like there's a pin there of Minnie walking. Mickey and Minnie. Minnie's walking, and Mickey has a bunch of boxes and bags. It's kind of small. They're not really showing it too big, but it's saying when it opened on January 12th, 2001, Downtown Disney District introduced new dining, shopping, and entertainment venues that's just steps away from Disneyland, California Adventure, and the new resort hotels.
Interesting.
And then they have a Downtown Disney District bag, like a little tote bag. Specialty food and drinks. Okay, that's for, I guess, the 70th. I don't know why they're showing all this stuff. Vacation packages and spring deals. Wow, they really know how to showcase to say, oh yeah, book with this. I don't know. Maybe that croissant thing really wasn't.
It's on there. I saw it before I sent it to you.
On here?
Yeah, it's on there. I think he did. Let me just because apparently when I tried to make the reservation for Storytellers and then go through, so I got to do it again. I'm gonna make it for $12.50.
Okie dokie.
So, yeah, it's on there. Keep looking though.
Oh, so and they are going to have a commemorative map on February 8th.
Ooh, that's going to be good.
While supplies lasts. Let's see. Okay, so swing by so the popcorn bucket, first of its kind bucket, is available for purchase beginning February 6th while supplies last at the following locations. So they're doing mobile order at Hollywood Lounge seasonal novelty release from the 6th to the 8th. Mobile order Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta seasonal novelty release February 6th to the 8th. Mobile order popcorn at Grizzly Peak Airfield. And then you can just get it. You could just pick it up at Fairfax Market, Mortimer's Market, or select popcorn and outdoor vending carts in California Adventure. I might try to do the mobile order and just secure one without standing in line. Like, because we could stand in line for the merch and I could get a mobile order, kind of like kill two birds with one stone kind of thing. Let me see if this will. It does play. I just don't know if the music is going to be copyrighted. But you know what? Let's just play it anyway. What the heck? That's cool. I like how the gondolas swing. Oh, you're on mute. No, I still can't hear you. Let's see.
It was working a second ago.
Oh, there we go.
Huh, weird.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it didn't happen last night.
Yeah, it really wasn't too bad. I don't know if you might have been talking the like partial of the time, but since I had the screen up, I couldn't see until I moved it.
Okay, so on the Disney Parks blog, if you keep scrolling down past the Grand California pin that you saw, and you keep going towards go past the pin, go past the downtown Disney district pin and the bag, and you'll see it. Keep going.
Yeah, but I thought those were the beignets.
Right there.
Yeah, see, I thought those were the beignets.
Yeah, but if you go over, they have a drink.
Oh,
and then they have.
I didn't see the arrow. Thank you.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah, it looks like, honestly, it looks like Play-Doh on top of a croissant.
It does.
So I don't. Okay, so when did this? Okay, that's at Kayla's Cake. Available now through May 31st. I don't know if this was part of the 70th or if it was. So it's strawberry yogurt macaron croissant, crisp macaron, batter baked on top of a butter croissant filled with strawberry yogurt, custard cream, and topped with sprinkles.
So basically, it looks like Play-Doh, like George was saying.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, God. I don't know if I would eat that.
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really look too.
It looks weird. So I just want to confirm. Table for 3 at Storytellers, 12:50, February the 6th. We will be at Storytellers.
Cool. Sweet. Thank you. Yeah, because I wanted to meet Humphrey, so they're probably going to be booking out too.
I had to refresh the website a couple of times because it kept telling me every time was booked. So
that croissant looks like something totally different. Yeah, it actually looks like something I ate and lost.
Oh my gosh. See, here we go
again. Says, I do wish Humphrey was a free roaming character though, but I'm really excited that he's coming to the Disneyland Resort. I am too. I'm wondering if they're just kind of starting him out in Storytellers to kind of see how he goes, but I wonder if he'll be a regular roaming character in
Grizzly Peak.
I
think he would.
Because honestly, as I said, the park ranger he does the safety spiel on Grizzly River Run.
Yeah.
And I do hope in time that they do have the park ranger too.
Yes.
That would be really cool.
That would be awesome. That would be a great homage. But go ahead.
Bob Marley, man.
100%. Do you have that video loaded up?
No, I didn't get a chance to. I have to go through that real quick. Let me if you want to kind of give people an idea, because I have to go back onto the thing.
So to give everybody an idea what George is going to pull up here, and I'm going to give the backstory, but again, I could tell the backstory of it or the whole story, but it's two separate animals telling about it and actually watching the video. It's crazy. But for the 70th, and this was the July 70th.
It was May.
Oh, was it May?
Day. Yeah, it was May, the opening day.
Okay, so May. It was the May celebration. So like George mentioned, Abigail is like Ant-Man, squeezing in between running and whatnot, and she gets in line for the Emporium. And the Emporium is one of the main stores on Main Street that has most of the 70th merch. And what we were trying to plan on, I don't know if everyone could see up here on my bureau. It's kind of hard to see because I have the lights on behind it. But it's that Disneyland 70th interactive key that when you do all the challenges around the park, the final key that's actually in the front right when you enter Disneyland gives you a special limited edition pin. I think there was 7 pins in total, and each key had a different pin, and we were trying to get this key because everyone was grabbing them. Like I mean when we finally got in there, because everyone was just going Armageddon, just grabbing stuff, and the key, I saw people grabbing like 3-4 of them at a time, and that key was, I think the key was like $60. So for people to grab like 3 or 4 of them was absolutely in bonkers. And then the shirts and all that, but you guys have seen it, whether I'm at the parks, or I wear it to work a lot, or I've worn it on these videos and live streams. The Disneyland 70th celebration really had, and I love it because I love George's shirt that he actually got at the Burbank studio of Walt Disney, at one of the studio stores there, which is WED Imagineering, which is what Walt's Imagineering team was called when they first started out. But mine, it's a really nice black polo shirt, and it has on the chest corner over here, it has Disneyland 70th in golden font. It's really, really, really nice. So I wear that quite often. But a lot of the merch, just people were just grabbing stuff left and right. You thought the world was ending. It was ridiculous.
Oh, it was. It was crazy. And yeah, Damaro waving at George. He must have recognized him from D23. I mean, it's possible. I think honestly, he even knew who I was, because when I approached him, he kind of gave me this look, like while I was taking the selfie with him. He kind of looked like he knew who I was, because I'm for sure, honestly, all their publicists and all that, they watch all our channels and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But he was very nice and everything. But yeah, he waved. He took the time to wave.
That was awesome.
But I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm not going to play the sound just in case of anything if it pops up, but just for the look. But I think we know this guy.
Yeah, he looks somewhat familiar.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, that's Mr. Tommy Toon. Shout out to him. And he was showcased. I was talking to him before we went into the Emporium. So I kind of stopped it here while we were talking, because Tommy did join us in May, and it was really early. But yeah, this is inside the Emporium.
This was nuts. This was insanity. Like
you could not walk. You didn't know where the line began, where the
look it. And just for clarification, before we go any farther, the reason she was holding 3 of them, just in case George, and Tommy didn't get one, she had 3 on.
Okay, I have to
She was
pause this
holding.
real quick. I'm sorry. Forgive me, folks, but I have to say this. And really, I really wish Disney would kind of put like a stipulation to this. Okay, right here. Now, I'm only doing this. I'm not saying it to shame the person individually. But when you already have a chaotic store and you
Yeah.
can't walk, and you have this double wide load stroller,
Yeah.
I really wish on a normal day, fine, bring in the stroller or what have you. But when you're dealing with something where you know that you're expecting to have a lot of people, strollers should be told to guests to be outside. And again, I'm not blaming the woman who brought the stroller in because they allowed her to do so. So she's thinking,
Sure.
okay, I'm saying Disney should make that stipulation when you're having something as chaotic and big when you're selling firsthand merchandise.
Yeah.
These double wide strollers
Are a
need
nuisance.
to be wait outside because honestly, they tell people to park them anyway. By
Yeah.
It's a Small World, by the Carousel, by in Adventureland and everything. So it's like, yeah, I just think when you're dealing with a whole lot of people, there's strollers are like you're getting your toes run over, you're getting your shins banged into, and it was like again, it was already like chaotic.
It was so packed in there. Oh my god. It was it was beyond chaos. You guys could see it. It was absolutely nuts. And I'm like, "My god." It's just
Now for people who are in wheelchairs and scooters, obviously they can't help it. Then they have to be. But I mean, like for things that aren't necessary, that's what I mean. But yeah, it's like again, you didn't know where the line started or where the line ended, but it was like so yeah, so we ended up purchasing the 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 keys. But yeah, Abby was able to grab us and grab us some keys. But yeah, as conductor was saying, she nabbed for us because again, she was the one, she got us one and she was grabbing for other people. So it's how you have to do it.
and it was kinda nuts because as soon as we grabbed our keys, like, George was showing, literally they sold out, and everybody around the resort was looking for them. They're like, "Where in the hell did you get that? I can't find it." And you know what was the funniest thing? Because we walked into, Pooh's Corner, okay? You have the store right there, and literally where Pooh's Corner was, I ran into a Florida, vlogger, someone I've been watching for years that, I really wanted to meet at some point. I'm glad I met him. It was Offhand Disney. So I got to meet with them. I took a picture with them. Really nice guy. Um, and he creates amazing content on YouTube. So definitely go check him out on YouTube. But it's funny because George, I think it was George, and Abigail, and I think it might have been Madame Lizelle as well. We walk into Pooh's Corner store, and what's funny is we see a whole like wall of these keys, and then we
Yeah.
walk out.
What the heck? It
Yeah.
was like it was on the opposite end of the park, and yeah, because everyone was like at Main Street. Oh, it was in Adventureland. It was on
Yeah.
the pole in Adventureland. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
we could have just nonchalantly just like walked in and just grabbed whatever we want. No, we had to walk into the eye of the storm. And
Exactly, and what was crazy about it was that Disney wasn't, as far as I remember, Disney was not very forthcoming with the information about where you could find these keys. Like, they
yeah,
said, "Oh, the Emporium," and that was basically about it.
yeah, they left us in the dark with it. So Rudio says, never forget, George. At one point, that was you in the stroller at the Emporium. Ha ha. Okay, so two things to that, Rudio.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
that is very true. Here's actually the funny thing. I didn't mind being in the stroller, but I was one that I loved my independence of getting up and walking. And I
Yeah.
know that probably doesn't happen with kids nowadays. They, they're very like, like, nope, I'm going to sit in here and everything. Number two, my mom pushed me in what's called like one of those little umbrella strollers.
I remember those.
That thing like had mileage because like she took me everywhere with that. Now, today's time, people have these like 2x4 Tonka trucks that are like for the size of a baby that's like weighs the like a loaf of bread. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you need all this for?
Yeah.
Like, are we going to war? Are we like about to go into a bunker? Like it's like
It's crazy.
oh
It's
my god.
crazy. And then
M.H Reels. Now I'm hopping in between both streams. Well, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you supporting both channels. And as I said, we greatly appreciate you. And we got D in the house, Ron too. Apparently, Remy, we're back.
Hey, so we're not done yet, though, Remy. This might be round 2 of a live stream, but 2 days from now, on Monday morning at 5:30 p.m., I'll be streaming it on my channel as well.
AM.
Yeah. We are going to be streaming the quarterly earnings call, which at some point, they are going to announce the next CEO, and that is going to break the internet.
Yeah, we're hoping it's going to be. I want it to be that because it's very interesting of all the timing with all this.
Yeah,
and there are sources that are saying, and high sources, Scott Gustin, WDWNT. A lot of people are saying that next week they're going to announce the next CEO.
Well, see, so, it's interesting you bring that up because I want to dive into that just for a quick second.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, folks, that was the topic I did mention earlier that I did want to bring up, which we are now, even though we talked about it yesterday. But guess what? Today they say, oh, yeah, next week.
Exactly. So I want to ask you some because obviously, like with the big content platforms, like you said, WDWNT with Tom Corliss. You have Scott Gustin. You have who else? You have Scott Gustin. You have Mickey Blog. You have a lot of the big content creators. Let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
They usually get the press releases at least a day or two before it releases to the general public, so that way they could get their content ready to release the day of when everyone else in the general public finds out. Do you think that a press release will go out with a with the agreement not to say anything, a confidential agreement that a lot of these platforms will know the day before, so Sunday they'll know who the next CEO is, but they won't say anything until Monday after the earnings call, so they can get their content ready?
Yeah, I think they have to give them enough ample time to get the their articles written on and everything. So Disney tells them like at X amount of time to give them to be ready to post it when they announce it. Yeah, so they'll definitely get like
first access.
Yeah, they'll get first access. They'll be tipped off by Disney. But I'm going to share my screen really quick. This is compliments to laughingplace.com. They do great work over there at Laughing Place. Definitely give them a follow and everything. And why the hell is this thing in my way? Get out of here. Bye. So let's see. So again, coming from laughingplace.com, Damaro or Walden, Disney's board of directors poised to select the company's new CEO next week. A new report indicates that the selection of Disney's next CEO, which has been heavily speculated upon, could come as early as next week. A new report from the New York Times indicate that the selection of the Walt Disney Company's next CEO could come next week. Okay, and of course, right now these are the two front runners, Dana Walden and Josh D'Amaro. What's happening? Disney's board of directors is expected to choose Bob Iger's successor as CEO in the next week, whose current contract as CEO comes to a close at the end of this year. The report gives special highlight to Disney Parks and Experiences chairman Josh D'Amaro, widely considered to be the frontrunner for CEO, asking if he can break Disney's succession curse. The other main candidate, according to New York Times, is Dana Walden, co-chairman of Disney Entertainment. Iger has reportedly solicited feedback on both Walden and D'Amaro for numerous these are like small words, from numerous executives who work directly under them, something he didn't do during the last failed CEO succession attempt. Previous reports indicated that movie studio head Alan Bergman and ESPN chairman Jimmy Pitaro may also be up for the role. I'm not too comfortable with that.
No.
However, this new New York Times report seems to put the focus squarely on Walden and D'Amaro.
So this is what I think is going to happen. Okay. I think D'Amaro is going to be announced CEO. I think Dana Walden at that time, which she probably already knows by this point, I would have to guess she already knows if she was CEO or chosen as CEO or not. My only thing is, does Josh D'Amaro, if he's named CEO, kind of lends a lending hand to Dana Walden as kind of like a respect towards Bob Iger, and possibly D'Amaro creates or brings back the president role, and Dana Walden takes that president role as D'Amaro becomes the new CEO.
Or we could just do this route.
Surprise turn of events. Disney CEO George Falcoin. I call it Falcoin. Like,
yeah, that's a run-on joke of Falcoin
from The Dark Knight. The Italiano CEO and President Choo Choo, the presidential conductor. I love that. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh.
But MH, he also said we can call him that. That'll be like
MH. Okay, gotcha.
MH. I don't know how I feel about Josh D'Amaro. And honestly, a lot of people don't. Like, I mean, I still have my reservations with D'Amaro. I just think for like the lesser of two evils, so to speak, I just think, again, Dana, I'm for sure is very talented at what she does.
Yeah.
That's why I think, honestly, we need both.
Yes.
I don't see why we can't have both.
Why we can't have a dual.
And I agree with MH. All these Disney executives, that is very worrisome because they have a little bit too much say so.
Yeah, they do scare me, but like George says, the best of two evils. You have you could either go two routes with this. Either you have D'Amaro by himself as a CEO, or you have the dual CEO, or even a third option. I know two options I said, but the third option is, like I said, you can have D'Amaro as the CEO. You can have Dana as the president of the company, which Chapek got rid of that role. I think it was Chapek or Iger. I'm pretty sure it was Chapek. Got rid of that role, and Dana Walden can be the president. And since she still has a lot of knowledge and experience in the entertainment aspect of the Walt Disney Company, which is basically the studio side, in layman's terms, you know, if Josh is the CEO, she can literally help with the entertainment aspect of the company. Or the fourth option, she just leaves with Iger and says, "The hell with you clowns." So I don't know.
Or the fifth, just put both of us in there.
Well, exactly. I agree with that, because if me and George are in there,
we can come up with a thing at a click of a fly. Come on, we could do this.
Oh, dude, the first thing I would change is say Pandora's not going in the Hollywood backlot. It's going to the Simba parking lot. Done. Over.
Oh, that would be yeah, that would be yeah, that'd be fine with me. You bring it here, I'll sign the executive order. We're good.
Yeah, exactly. My second act, if we're gonna do the first 10 acts within a day or two, my second act would have to be Tomorrowland remodel. That'd be my second act. My
I think
third
an
act,
act for me, I would grant whoever would then be that if Jamaro was still chairman of the parks, I'd be like, okay, let's get Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway out of Hollywood Studios. Let's put it over Magic Kingdom. Let's put it back by the Storybook Circus tent thing because
yeah,
there is a scene in there, you know, that has like a little carnival kind
sure.
of thing, and they're going to the park. So the circus could be right beyond, you know, the park could be beyond the circus. It's, you know, it's around uh you know, with Mickey and Minnie and everything, and put back the Great Movie Ride
Oh,
2.0.
absolutely.
2.0, put back the Great Movie Ride, and then I also would bring back the original Magical Express.
Yes. Yes, yes,
That
yes,
that is
yes.
the one thing, it is a bummer that I wish you and Tommy could have experienced. I know we have to do just a simple Uber, but that would have been so cool for you guys to get on the Magical Express, and it that was just an experience in itself. I'm very disappointed. I'm disappointed in Chapek for taking it away, but I'm also disappointed in Iger for not bringing it back.
Absolutely. And I want to give a shout out to Mouse Ward Bound 2 that is hopping between both George and I's live streams. Definitely love the support.
Yeah,
Thank
we really do appreciate you guys. The fact that you jump from back and forth between our channels, it really does mean a lot because it shows that even though we know that you guys support us both, but it's nice just to see, hey, you know what, you guys are taking the time. I'll jump over to Conductor, then I'll jump back on Hollow Gelato and everything. So it means the world to us. So we greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. So my third act, and George, I know you would sign this in a hot minute. Bring back the Premier Pass.
Oh, dude, I already got the paper right here.
He's got the paper. He's got it. Dude, this guy's balling and walling over here, man. Oh my god. Oh god. What would be your third act?
My third act. Well, I definitely agree with that Premier Passport. My third act is get rid of these reservation systems.
Yes.
Get rid of these virtual queues. Let's all go back to what is called, what I like to call, the au naturel of things.
Thank you. That would be my fourth. 100%. 100%. I think my fifth act, if I had to go to a fifth act, I'm trying to
Oh,
think.
and then the other one would be where that Disneyland 70th big that gigantic like music box thing
Oh yeah, I know what you're
that's in
talking
the
about.
Esplanade. I
Yeah.
would actually have a permanent statue built of me like this.
Oh, there you go. I love that. Dang. With that chest hair. Dang, that's gonna be a lot of bronze they're gonna
Oh,
have to put on that
absolutely.
statue. God.
Well, because they have to showcase each individual curl of the hair.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. Oh my god.
And MH actually, I agree with also. Bring back the original paper fast passes.
Yes.
I mean,
As
yes.
a collectible, are you kidding me? Absolutely. I think oh, go
Super
ahead.
Italiano.
Oh, I love it. I think the sixth thing is get rid of virtual queue, which kind of ties into the reservation system. Get rid of all that. Say bye-bye. Get rid of all of it.
And then, of course, also we could even make a statue of Giant Peter Adventure, sort of
Oh,
like
I
how
like
they
that.
did like Walt holding Mickey's hand.
I
But
like that.
of course, but if we do Peter, he's going to be holding hands with Cat's Eye. So
Either hey, I'm down for that. And since like Peter Adventures loves Disneyland Paris, we'll erect him a statue in Disneyland Paris. You kidding me?
Rudio says, Disney doesn't have a landscaping team to handle all that, George.
Oh, believe me, if me and George are in charge, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
I can promise
It's
you
like
that one.
like all this, like
Mm.
this calls for like heavy duty maintenance.
Look at that look at that.
I
Dang,
mean, that's like, yeah, I mean, come
he's
on.
been
Like
growing that
this
for a
is my
while.
trademark.
Yeah.
This is James Earl Jones had his voice. I have my chest hair.
Hey, there you go. It works all aspects. I think my sixth act.
Do you think I should get this insured?
You probably should. You should probably go down to your local insurance office and see what you can insure that for.
Absolutely. Right. See, Mouse Bond gets it. See, like bring back the Premier Pass. They miss it. Like it's
100%. That is, see, that's what I mean, man. I think my sixth act, because we
yeah,
talked about what?
it's like the Robin Williams chest hair. That
Hey,
guy, bless his heart and soul, that like literally he had a set of chest hair.
he did, and you know what it kind of reminds me of? Steve Carell and the 40-year-old virgin.
Yes. Yeah. I could get it turned into a Mano lantern. Someone just pulls like Kelly Clarkson.
Flash mob. Oh my gosh. I think my sixth act, because we talked about it during, again, a historical 11-hour straight live stream that me and George accomplished, was, I honestly think, because we talked about it for a good hot minute, was when it comes to D23 tickets, if you have an Inspire keyhole or an Inspire Magic Key, the top tier key, and you have a D23 Gold paid membership, you get priority access to buy the tickets.
I am definitely for that.
What would be your sixth act?
My sixth act. Because I'm trying to think of some because I agree with all the ones you said so far, but I'm trying to think of some different ones. I think honestly, for Magic Key holders and annual pass holders of Walt Disney World, I think should have more benefits to
Yes.
the passes if these prices keep raising.
I think my seventh act would actually be doing having a long standing relationship with the international parks and bringing some of those attractions to the domestic parks.
Nice. I know one. My seventh one would be I would open up a port, a cruise terminal port in LA and San Diego for them to have a permanent home for some of the Disney Cruise Line ships out here in California.
I love that. Dude, I love that so much. Oh my gosh. I know this is going to be a tiny one. It's not extravagant, but my number 8 one would possibly be, keeping your Magic Key on your phone if you want. You can have the best of both worlds, but bring back the physical credit card Magic Key annual pass cards.
Oh, nice.
So that would be my number 8.
My eighth one, I would make a value resort out here at the Disneyland Resort that actually people can afford to stay on property.
Yes. Let me see my ninth act.
Well, thank you so much, MH. We greatly appreciate it. That always makes me feel good that I made somebody's night. So, like,
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. My ninth act. If I had to choose something that was the ninth act, I'm gonna actually split this one in half. So it's still gonna be my number 9 choice, but I'm gonna split it in half. And it was kind of like my second choice, but I'm gonna elaborate on that. Bring back the People Mover in Tomorrowland and build it like Walt Disney World's People Mover, and then also bring back the Carousel of Progress. And then when it comes to Galaxy's Edge, and this is kind of where my number 9 choice would be, bring a lot more Roman characters from the original trilogy.
That actually was going to be my next one. I would do a complete whole transformation of Galaxy's Edge.
And then give us the restaurant that we got robbed from, giving it to the Galactic Star Cruiser, and give us the Bantha ride.
Yep. Oh, I know what my next one would be, especially as CEO. And this kind of ties into what yours is. If something is announced, by the time we get it, I don't want to see a light diluted version of what they were expecting to give us.
Yes.
I would not budget cut these things.
No.
If whatever something costs, I'm going to go full Abu Dhabi and full Japan and say, hey, whatever the cost is, let's do it.
Absolutely. 100%.
Mossward Bound says, I say if you're a D23 charter member, you've been to every single D23 expo, you should have better options to secure D23 tickets. Just saying. I agree with you, Mossward Bound, because here's why. I am a charter member. I became a D23 member March 2009 when the club first opened. I'm a charter member, and I have been to every single D23 expo since it started back in September of 2009.
Wow.
So what do I got the show for it? Here's an outdated magnet.
You're a sucker like everyone else.
I am. I do. I fall for it every single time. I know I'm a big proponent of saying vote with your wallet, but here's the thing. I'm telling everyone else to do it. Don't worry about what I'm doing. You go vote with your wallet.
Exactly. 100%.
I cave.
No, it's not a sign of weakness.
Look at us right now. We're giving our ideas of what we would do if we were CEO. So we're basically kind of like telling Disney, hey, this is the stuff you guys need to fix. But this upcoming weekend, we're literally going and we're giving them our money because we want the pins. We want the popcorn bucket.
Yeah, exactly. So we get roped right into it. Oh my God.
And Master Bond says, exactly. We've been charter members since day one. Absolutely. I'm right there with you, Master Bond. I don't get it. And why do they even call us charter members then? If they're giving us the title, what? Okay, yeah, they print it on the back of the card. Whoopity do. Let it do something.
Yeah. No, 100%. Abigail says, Italiano had 2 magic keys, and he still has 2 magic keys, and Abigail has 2 magic keys.
I remember. I have a quick story to tell. Before sure. I do, MH says, just made some popcorn. See all that talk of popcorn buckets. You now they need the popcorn bucket and a pin. Are you going MH to DCA? I'm not sure. Like, where your location is, if you can get to Disneyland, I don't know, but are you planning on trying to get those items? But while we wait for that response, when Abby mentioned about the 2 magic keys. So this is at the time I was still living over in Pennsylvania, and Abby was, of course, over here, and I had my 1 key. And I was debating on getting another key. And because I was trying to figure out, my 1 key, I couldn't upgrade because I had to physically be here when they opened. And I'm like, oh, that's great. I have to book for the 17th, July 17th for Disney 70th. And I couldn't do it with the Believe key because it was blocked out. I needed the Inspire. And they said, and I called and I said, I would like to upgrade my Believe to Inspire since the keys opened again. And they said, I'm so very sorry. You have to actually physically be here at the ticket booth to do that. And I'm like, I'm all the way over here in Pennsylvania. I can't do that. And they said, well, you could always buy a 1-day ticket. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not spending $200 for a 1-day ticket just to go on the 17th when I have a magic key. So I'm sitting and I'm thinking, even though I just said I wouldn't spend $200, but at least I would have an Inspire key, and I thought, and this was the night before, by the way. And I was talking to Abby and I was like, I don't know if I should or not. And she was like, I don't know. Maybe you really shouldn't. Like, just take the chance, come out with the Believe key and upgrade it and everything. You'll be coming out in a couple days anyway. And I thought, well, in a couple days, they can close down the Magic keys. Then I'm screwed because you really don't know. So the next day came and she texted me and I opened it up and I read it. But it was at the time I was in the process of purchasing the Inspire key because I decided to get it. So on her end, it showed that I read the message. And she knew because at that time, anytime that I read a message, I respond right away, but I didn't. But she saw that I read it. And the first thing that popped into her head before I ended up calling her, she said, he's buying that Magic key. I guarantee you he's buying that Magic key. So after the fact I made the purchase, I called her and I told her what I did. And she said, I knew it. So that's how I ended up with 2 Magic keys.
Okay, so that I love that story. See, I love stories like that. George, I did send you an article and I do want you to bring it up, but before we do,
on Instagram?
On Instagram, but you can pull it up on the stream.
Okay.
But my 10th option as CEO, this is my final act.
Okay.
For the
okay. Can you possibly come up with 2? Because since we went for 11 hours, we have to have 11.
So to pay homage. Okay, so for my 10th one, let me see. My 10th one. What would that be? Yes. Okay, my 10th one would bring back entertainment to both Disneyland and DCA and even Walt Disney World that we've been losing like crazy, and pay cast members a living wage and show them the respect they deserve.
There you go. That's a mic drop right there.
Exactly. I don't think the 11th one can beat that one.
Yeah, you know what? I
think I'm going to call that one. I think that'll be my 10th and 11th one.
Yeah. I don't know if I could top that one. I don't know if I can. I don't know how much power I would have of that, but I would say honestly to possibly convince the executives to not get involved with everything.
Well, okay, so this actually would be my 11th one. Would be still having the board present, but diminishing their power and influence over decisions.
Yes, like have them do what the board is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like don't have them. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. That would be my 10th. My 11th has to be something good. It has to be something significant. Something.
See, I kind of got you on a honey trap.
Yep, you did. Okay, I got one.
Okay.
I would go back, maybe not everything, but go back to a little bit more of Walt's traditions.
Yes.
And that also includes non-IP original rides.
I like that. And actually, I'm going to add a little bit more to my 11th, which this is paying homage not only to what you've talked about and Bricky that I'm going to have on the show on Sunday is give us a Lillian statue. Please.
I think Lillian and honestly, Ub works. Because I really think without Ub, a lot of stuff would not be to what it is today. Because, I mean, it would still be Disney. But I mean, he helped create the design of Mickey Mouse. Yeah. He helped with the multi-plane camera. He did things for the studio, for the parks, for like he had his hand in everything.
And I have to tell you, folks, as George is pulling up that article, I will tell you this right off the bat that camera that George was just talking about in person, that thing's humongously big.
Yes.
Like, I mean, huge.
Yeah, so the fact that, like, Ub Iwerks, like, helped design that,
That's crazy.
crazy. So this is the article that Conductor sent over to me. This is, again, courtesy of WDW News Today.
And it
Disney
broke.
CEO Bob Iger may step down early than expected. Expected. Following the news that the Walt Disney Company Board of Directors plans to announce their next CEO next week, Variety is reporting that current CEO Bob Iger may leave the role before his contract is up.
Interesting.
Let's see. Disney CEO Bob Iger's contract will be up at the end of 2026, but sources say he's looking to bow out early. Variety reported on the news, which was initially broken by the Wall Street Journal. And as you can see, folks, this is all legit outlet sources. This is coming from Variety. This has come from the Wall Street Journal, New York Times. Like, this is like real stuff. Iger has told quote unquote associates that he plans to step down as CEO and, again, quote unquote, pull back from daily management before December 31st, end of his contract. And that's December 31st of 2026. The Wall Street Journal reported Friday, citing anonymous sources. A CEO announcement could come alongside the release of Disney's earnings report, here we go, for Q1 2026 on Monday, but that hasn't been confirmed, although sources say that the news will definitely break next week.
I think it's confirmed.
I think so. They know. They have to know.
They're going to say something.
There's no way that they don't know.
Okay, so
Remy D says, you guys got any predictions for the earnings report? That's a big one. I think, honestly, I'm crossing my fingers that we may get some light on the subject, that we may know if Iger's going to step down early, or we know who the next CEO is, or maybe they'll announce a date when we'll know something, like give us some extra information. That's what I would really like to see with the earnings report.
So I think with the earnings report, basically going verbatim for what George said, but also with the earnings report, because this is going to be my first time being up at 5:30 in the morning doing a live stream with George on one of these earnings calls. But since there's a potential they're going to announce the new CEO to the shareholders and all that, I wanted to be part of that. But I will tell you this, since Universal literally yesterday during our 11-hour live stream broke the news that they released their quarterly earnings, and it showed positive numbers due to possible Epic Universe opening in May of 2025. I'm very curious. My predictions are that they might mention something about that and what they're doing out in Walt Disney World to kind of compete with that.
Okay. Hey, that's a bold prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to listen in close on Monday. I'm very curious because Monday is February 2nd. And then everything starts with Disney California Adventure 25th anniversary between like the main dates, the 5th to the 8th. So they have between the 2nd and the 4th, I think that they would make the announcement, because I don't think they would make the announcement during the 25th. I think it'd be drowning it out too much. I think they'll make the announcement before the 25th of DCA.
I think so too. And like I said, if they announce the next CEO on February the 2nd during the earnings call, like I mentioned earlier in the live stream, it would be so awesome on February the 8th if they built like a little stage in front of the lagoon where World of Color sits, where you have the Mickey Fun Wheel in the background and you have the lagoon in the background, and they have all three generations of CEO come up on stage, starting with Michael Eisner, then you have Bob Iger, and then you have the new CEO, which again, it's almost pretty much 100% confirmed at this point. We all know, or at least have a good feeling that it's going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow will be the third generation
It's
as
a
CEO
great,
coming
big,
on.
beautiful tomorrow.
Exactly.
Shining at the end of every day. Included his hair. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So I think I think that would be awesome if they did something like that. Because, like I said, even though Eisner has not been the CEO since the early 2000s and gave the reins up to Bob Iger the first go round, he still he still collaborates and he still goes to meetings with Bob Iger, as we all like to call it, their summer camp convention, where you have all the CEOs there. You have Bob Iger, you have Tim Cook from Apple, you have Bill Gates from Microsoft, you have all these CEOs from all these different tech companies at this convention. You see pictures of it when it happens. So Eisner is still kind of involved a little bit by far. So I would be very curious, since he is the one that was in charge of the company at the time, to build DCA and open DCA 1.0. I'd be very curious and very interested to see if he'll pop up, or if he'll pop up and make a public speech to everybody on February the 8th, the actual birth date of DCA.
And I wonder too, even though he's going to step down and maybe, step down early, I still think he'll take like a little bit of a back seat, like behind the scenes, just to make sure things run smoothly with the transition. I just think, as they said, the quote unquote, he's not going to be involved with a lot of the management process as much. Yeah.
Yeah. Which we kind of all predicted, because usually when a CEO, I'm pretty sure of it. Again, don't quote me on it, but usually when a CEO does, like, their contract ends, like Iger and others, usually they stay on for a year to advise the new CEO of the company, and they usually take a back seat. So they're not in daily operations, but they're there for another year or throughout the year to consult and to advise the new CEO. So I think that's what Iger is going to do. Because I kind of feel by that article, and we all kind of talked about it for a brief minute about, possibly all these news outlets, New York Times, Variety, WD, WNT, Mice Chat, Mickey, Blog Mickey, and some of these other big, big, big platforms. They'll probably know who the next CEO is probably by Saturday night, if not Sunday morning. If
they may even already know now.
They might. So that way they
can. Because you know why? I'll tell you why. At the time of this live, it's Friday.
Yeah.
They're going to have the whole weekend to write out their articles.
Absolutely. So they might already know.
And then their deadline will be Monday morning.
Exactly. So literally, like, minutes, maybe even the first hour after the earnings call is done, I could promise you're going to see articles go on social media like crazy. It's going to happen.
Absolutely. And MH, actually, I was going to say this when we were reading the article. Honestly, I think Iger is tired. I agree. I think, honestly, after running a company for how many decades, and well, not decades, but like moving into like the second decade, and coming and leaving and coming back and everything. And I mean, he's no spring chicken. He looks good. He looks great for his age. But I mean, sometimes you just have to take a back seat and just
Yeah.
like enough is enough. You have to take a break. And I think everyone hits that boiling point at some point. You're always going to be, no matter how far that you reach to the top, once you hit that top, there's no way to go but down. And
No.
sometimes you just have to accept the fact when you hit your peak, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, let someone else step in and take the reins.
No, absolutely. And then Remy D said, I would be interested to see how much the revenue increase they have over the year, have year over year, given this will be quarter 3 since Epic has opened. That's what I mean. I honestly think something is going to be said during that quarterly earnings call, because of the result of Comcast releasing their quarterly earnings showing positive numbers due to Epic Universe.
Absolutely.
I can almost be certain that Disney's going to say something about it, or either Disney's going to say something about it, or when they do the Q&A call-ins, like they like to do for the first, what was it, like 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes, someone's going to ask that question.
Oh, I was just going to say that too. Yeah, they do the callers at the end. But because all this has leaked out from different sources and stuff like that, yeah, some these big companies and shareholders, someone's going to ask. Yeah. We have EJ's Adventures. Welcome in. And let's see, who do you think will be the new CEO? It's still tough, but right now I don't know. I'm still leaning more towards Damaro. Oh, your son's out again. He went silent movie mode. That's weird because this is like the second time it happened. It's like it works, it's fine, and then all of a sudden it just like cuts out. And then while you guys were live, I also booked storytellers too. That's how you do it, Peter. You know how it goes. You know the drill.
No. Okay.
Oh, now you're back.
Oh, see, I don't get this fucking thing. I don't get it. I give up.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. MH. That's gonna be silent movie mode.
Yeah, it probably should. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, I will say that that's one of my favorite Mel Brooks movies. I love silent movie. The movie is all silent. There's only like one line in the whole entire movie, and you think, well, how could that be a good movie? It's hilarious. So for anyone who has not seen that movie, it's called Silent Movie. It's written, directed, produced, and acted in the movie of Mel Brooks. So definitely check that out.
Absolutely.
So EJ's Adventure says, I say they will announce it on the 3rd.
Really? Interesting.
Oh, so you've seen the oh, awesome. Perfect.
Interesting.
Oh wait, I'll buy you guys a churro if they don't. Oh man, we're taking some bids now.
Hey, there we go. I love it. I love it.
Awesome. That's great. Okay, so anyone in the chat, do you guys have predictions just like EJ's Adventures? Do you think they'll announce it at the quarterly earnings? Do you think it'll be on the 3rd? Do you think it'll be on the 4th? Do you think it'll be during DCA's 25th anniversary? Do you think it'll be after? Throw in your wages.
Exactly. And then we'll probably be asking the same questions the morning of February the 2nd as well at 5:30 in the morning. It's going to be interesting.
Originally I was going to do DCA, but for my group it was $1,000 for one park one day. I instead purchased my Disneyland Paris tickets, Park Hopper, for $600. There you go. That's how you do it. And then EJ's Adventure says nice singing.
There you go.
So Peter thinks the quarterly earnings.
That's what I think. I don't think that they're going to wait until the 3rd.
MH says, I think it's going to be towards the middle section of the year. Okay, so you think that even though that they're saying it's going to happen this or next week or this coming week, you think that may be not true, and you think it's going to be more. You think it's going to be more closer to the shareholder meeting because the shareholder meeting's on March 18th. Do you think it'd be more for that?
What day is March 18th? I
It's
know it's the day we come back. I
yeah,
just
but I'm trying to remember
and
what
we're
day
gonna
are
be
we coming back?
we're gonna be on the plane, so that's gonna be kind of tough to
Well, no,
report
because
on.
we come back actually on the 17th, so the day after is
Oh,
the shareholder.
I might be available, so I might do another morning live stream with you.
Yeah, you know how we do it. We're literally going to be freaking just got off a vacation, and then we're back doing the shareholder. Uh,
Exactly.
the DCA 25th was going to be like the Hong Kong opening where there was the passing of the baton. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, so MH thinks it's going to be like around the time of the shareholders.
Interesting.
Um, I don't think it's going to be as soon. Okay. Interesting.
Interesting.
So I have one more topic I would like to bring up. I don't know if you
Sure.
have anything else you want to
Oh
bring up.
no.
I think this is kind of significant to what we were talking about because again, we talked about it this year.
Uh-huh.
Jesus God, yesterday.
Oh
yesterday.
God. Oh God.
Uh, yesterday for our 11-hour marathon live stream. But there was one part of this topic that I think we overlooked that we didn't talk about. And
Okay.
I think it's very important. But before I share my screen, Remy D says, will you guys ever visit Disney Paris? Absolutely. Conductor and I were actually talking about it on the stream yesterday of possible timeframes for us to do our European trip where we can see Disneyland Paris and Universal Great Britain.
But
So,
see, now a monkey wrench got thrown in there because we figured out last night after talking for 11 hours to everybody that the Diamond Celebration is happening in 2031, and that was kind of around the time we were looking to do the European trip.
well,
So
that's okay. So we'll just do what we're going to do in March. See how we're doing the 70th event
yeah,
at Disneyland? Well, we'll go for the 60th at Disneyland. We'll hop on a plane and boom, we're over in Europe.
you're nuts. You're nuts. Oh my God.
And John Make It Rain is back. I fell asleep. Hey, nothing wrong with a good cat nap. And we appreciate you, John Make It Rain.
Hey,
We appreciate everybody.
absolutely.
Everyone that's part of the chat. John Make It Rain, obviously Giant Peter Adventures, Remy D, MH, EJ's Adventures, everyone that just joins in on the conversation, Mouseward Bound, like all you guys, are I know they're not present, but Lene Ward, Mark McHugh, excuse me, Mark, geez, Rudio, Matthew Murr, all the way from the UK, everybody that's involved with our lives. We just our live shows and our content and just our lives in general. Just we greatly appreciate it.
Hey, Giant Peter said the 60th would be in October, and I know we talked about possibly doing Halloween at the Magic Kingdom and possibly HHN in Orlando.
Okay, then fine. Then you know what we do then? Then we do Disneyland. We'll hop on a plane. We'll head down to Florida, and then from Florida we'll head to Europe.
What, are you trying to get me fired from Costco? They're gonna be freaking sending SEAL Team 6 after me. Saying, where's conductor at? We need him back at work.
Oh my gosh. And MH says, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. We greatly
try to be.
So yeah, I'm going to share my screen. And I think this is very important. This comes from Mondo from Five Fires. And it says, you ready to walk this, with a laughing, crying emoji.
Oh God.
And it's a screenshot of the again, folks, I'm from PA, the walking path, where at the Toy Story parking lot, when they announced yesterday that the AVN buses are going to be discontinued pretty soon, and they're going to do like a slow phase out of the buses. And good friend and supporter of the channel, Rudio, sent that information to me yesterday while we were doing the live of the post of Mondo. And Mondo posted this, that when those buses end, if the Toy Story parking lot is still going to be active for people to park, there's going to be no buses to take to and fro. So Mondo brought it up on the map, and it's a 19-minute walk from the Toy Story parking lot to the Disneyland Resort entrance. Now, here comes another thing in the mix. When they start making the Eastern Gateway, and you're going to have this big bridge coming across harbor that's going to merge into this, is there going to be an entrance on ground level? I assume so, for the Toy Story parking lot, but that just puts in to a bigger play. Is the Toy Story lot really not going to be active for people to park anymore? Why it's going to close for potential news of the third gate? And again, with all this talk of a change of a CEO, that would be a major game changer, and to solidify your mark in the Walt Disney Company history as a new CEO, whoever it may be, DeMauro, Walden, Bergman, whoever, to make a power move like this, that's very telling.
Interesting, because I don't like the fact you would have to walk 19 minutes. That's a lot of walking, and especially that's Harbor Boulevard, which Bricky has reported on it. Well, just recently he did a video. He said Harbor's really like rough, like walking through that. It's rough. Not walking, but like just the atmosphere, the people. Some of the areas on Harbor Boulevard is really rough, coming from the Toy Story area all the way up to the Disneyland Resort. And one of the things, sorry, my nose is getting clogged up for some reason. One of the things that George mentioned was with the Easter Gateway. Once they start building the bridge and they have to close harbor, or at least sections of it, is that going to cause issues for people driving towards harbor that's trying to park at Mickey and Friends?
Exactly. Is it going to be where it's going to be like a head-on like collision kind of thing, where you're just going to have a slew full of people coming from all directions? That's going to be a cluster.
Yeah, it's going to be a cluster F, literally.
Absolutely. So I wanted to bring up this again, so people who may not know what we're talking about, or to get a visual of the Eastern Gateway. So this is one piece of concept art by Disney of what the new bridge across harbor right here, and it's going to, descend down into already past the marquee entrance of the Disneyland sign. But there are people walking here on the sidewalk by the monorail. There's more people over here by the main entrance, but there's also a bus right here, by the monorail.
Okay, this is interesting. Okay,
could they reroute the buses to another direction?
No, well, this is where I'm going to get weird and nerdy right here. Okay,
keep talking. I can hear you. I'm just going to hit the light on real quick, but keep going.
Okay, so when you see this bus coming and it's stopping in this area, it's kind of curious to me, because if you see the bus, if it doesn't stop here and it goes and it keeps going, you see where this little gap is, right here on the bottom left hand corner with the four white lines.
This right here.
Okay, so have your cursor right there, George.
Okay.
Put your cursor right there, and then follow the road up and around. And as you kind of have your mouse go along the way, and if you look towards the back here, there's kind of like this parking lot back here where the other monorail is at. On the other track.
I see what you mean. Right here.
No. Right here? Right there.
There.
Yeah, it's almost like a parking lot. So I wonder if they are still gonna have a bus load and unload area,
Because
but it's gonna be at a much smaller scale.
and much closer to the resort, because here's the thing, if you look where this bus is located, here is the street. They
Yeah,
designate the cars. The bus is pulled off to the side.
yeah,
So I don't know, are they gonna have a drop-off pickup right here?
maybe. But then why would you have a mini parking lot up here and a road that leads towards that? Why would you do that?
And well, here's the other thing too. Well, yeah, you're right, because this turnoff right here is where certain cars can go.
Yeah,
Well, I wonder if this is gonna be, yeah, for it has to be for buses.
unless it's only made for backstage, but it's weird that it would be in the sight lines of public access.
Because, yeah, that really is weird that you're gonna have, like, 3 separate you have 1, 2, 3 different, like, entrances all going into the same location within that short proximity.
Yeah, it's really honestly weird. And then, even breaking this down even farther, this spiral staircase that's connected to the bridge, why in the hell do they have this thing here when obviously the bridge is coming from the Eastern Gateway? And we talked about it with the video I showed on one of my conductor live streams. And I think George was with us because also Leaving Today podcast was with us as well. And I played the video, and obviously, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a security area at the Eastern Gateway. But if that's all the people on the bridge coming from that area, and you have literally right next to the spiral staircase, you have a little security entrance right below the Disneyland Resort marquee sign. You have a security entrance, but why would you have this spiral staircase? And then as soon as people go down from the concept art, it almost looks like there's another path leading towards the Esplanade. How can that be if um people are getting into the Esplanade but haven't gone through security or have gone through security? Is there going to be another entrance to get in the Esplanade from the ground level and not the bridge? And this section over here where the trees are at, it's going to be cut off. So people that don't want to continue on the bridge and they go on this, you know, um, kind of spiral staircase to the ground level, is that going to be another entrance in the Esplanade? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
Now
I think
looking at it,
honestly this whole location right here is gonna be unrecognizable than what it is how we see it today.
it's going to be weird. But the one thing I will say out of all this concept art, and I know George loves saying never ever get married to concept art, but the one thing I am going to get married to in this concept art, the only exception is the Disneyland Resort marquee sign paying homage to the old school Disneyland marquee sign that they used to have on Harbor Boulevard back in
Yeah,
the day.
I'm really glad that they're going back to the roots of, like, the old-fashioned sign, and I wonder if they got the D back from John Stamos.
Maybe it's possible.
Oh gosh. Um, and then also too, folks, just for clarification, so you know whenever I talk about it, in this piece of concept art, right over here on the left-hand side, this is what I refer to as Pandora's ass.
Pretty much, or someone's ass.
Yeah, it could be Pandora's ass at this point. It could be Zootopia's ass. It could be Marvel ass. Like, who really knows?
Hell, let's just throw a monkey wrench in it. It could be Wakanda's ass. Who
You
knows
never
at
know.
this point?
I mean, knowing if Abby was lucky enough, she would say it's Captain America's ass because she loves Chris Evans. So
He is pretty sexy in that Captain America costume. I'm not gonna lie about that.
oh, neither do I. I mean, that's why I'm like, I mean, it is what it is. But like, yeah, I mean,
So
yeah.
you never know.
Oh gosh. But conductor, before we end this live today, is there anything else you would like to bring up, discuss, concerns, opinions?
No, I think we covered everything we need to cover about all the information that dropped. And obviously, definitely, definitely stay tuned to Hollow Gelato and Theme Park Conductor as news drops. We will report it on our socials if we're not on YouTube live streaming. But the next time you will see me and George together on a live stream will be Monday morning at 5:30 a.m. for the quarterly earnings call. That's going to be very, very interesting, and it's going to be my first ever. So definitely stay tuned for that. And then I like George mentioned, or like I mentioned at the beginning, I will be having Hey Bricky on Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with Orange Grove 55 and Tommy Toon World as he advises us about, me and Tommy's first time, the Walt Disney World, what he would recommend to do out there, what to go see, what to kind of just forget about and ignore. Basically a tips and tricks live stream. And then also we're gonna break down one of his videos he did a couple weeks ago on Bricky Vlogs talking about the third gate. We're gonna kind of pick his mind because I think me and OG definitely have some questions for him on that. So definitely stay tuned for that. But you can find me, Theme Park Conductor, on YouTube and Blue Sky at Theme Park Conductor, on Instagram at theme_park_conductor. You can find me on X at Theme Conductor, TikTok at Theme Park Conductor 1, and every Sunday at 5 or 7 p.m. for Conductor Sunday live stream, where we have amazing guests like the one and only Hollow Gelato with his spicy but sticky Italian comments and his haired chest, which is it should be patent. I think it should be patent. And then we have guests like Orange Grove 55 with his wild, wicked patent hair. We have Tommy Toon World with his world famous food reviews, and so many others as we break down Disney and Universal news. We speculate, we talk rumors, and on top of that, we interact with the chat. The chat interacts with us. And I want to give a big shout out for the last couple of days. I've done live streams between me and George, Orange Go 55. I've done videos with Orange Go 55 in the last couple of days. And one of the biggest supporters of Theme Park Conductor is Hen Geek Village. I never expected in my wildest dreams he would ever send $100 super chat. That was absolutely incredible. That was legendary. But also the Madame Lizelle being a wonderful supporter of Hollow Gelato and Theme Park Conductor, as well as she donated memberships for both our channels. And just everybody watching. Giant Peter's Adventure, John. We had who else do we have in here? We had
Radio, EJ's Adventures,
MH Reels,
Mouseward Bound,
Remy D.
Mm-hmm.
We had a EJ's Adventure, Mouseward Bound 2. We had a lot of great people in this live stream and live streams we've had the last couple days. So I want to give a big shout out to everybody watching and supporting not just Theme Park Conductor, but also Hollow Gelato. It literally means the world to us that you support both of our channels. You take time out of your personal lives to enjoy and watch us interact to theme park news and, catch our comments on the fly. It's pretty fun. It's a lot of great times. And I also want to give a humongous shout out to George from Hollow Gelato for me and him completing a milestone, something we only talked about weeks ago when we were both sick with this flu that's flying around. And we said we want to do an all-day marathon live stream, and we pulled it off yesterday with doing a 11-hour continuous non-interrupted live stream. So shout out to Hollow Gelato for that.
Thank you so much, theme park conductor. And again, thank you for joining me on all these live shows, pre-records, our on location adventures in the parks. As I said, I know that Tommy is your right wingman, and but I think I could consider myself as your left wingman, if you will. So in any case, folks, thank you so much for joining. As conductor was saying, definitely check out our joint live yet again coming up this Monday at 5:30 in the morning for Disney's Q1 2026 earnings call. We're hoping we get some answers to our questions. It may be a banger. We'll have to wait and see. But again, big shout out and thanks to everyone who joined in the chat. John Make It Rain, Giant Peter Adventures, Rudio, EJ Adventures, Remy D, so sorry, MH. There was a few other people. I think they came in like earlier on. Mouseward Bound, but there was other people that came in early. I have to give them a shout out too, just for popping in. Magical Hops. We had a little bit of time. We had a lot more people on yesterday. So it was very hard to get to say people individually. Leslie, thank you so much. Michael Snuffer, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. If I'm not, I greatly appreciate. I greatly apologize, but appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely, and
Mademoiselle Abby.
Oh, I'm sorry, George. I just want to say real quick that Magical Hops, he is a new channel on YouTube. Please go love and support him. I do work with him at Costco, and he actually took inspiration from me because I work with him about starting a YouTube channel. So definitely please go check him out on YouTube and Instagram at Magical Hops.
And I have one couple other things to say. And then we also have a theme park conductor who wrote in at the very beginning of this. I don't know who he is, but okay. Yeah, but thank you anyway, theme park conductor, for joining, of course. Also, too, anyone that can join us, I know it is super early. It's at 5:30 in the morning for the earnings call. We're going to play the earnings call live while we are live. And then after we hear the earnings call, maybe that'll be a great time, since it's in the theme of an earnings call. Whoever is up early enough to join us after the earnings call, maybe we'll try some of our own calls. And if you guys want to try to call in, I'm going to try to see. I think I have, as I said, I do have a Discord. It is set up. I don't know the logistics behind it. I'm going to do a little bit of research over the weekend, but I think it would be kind of interesting. Disney's going to have their earnings call. They're going to have people calling in asking questions. So maybe after the earnings call, if you guys can join us, maybe I'll have the Discord set up that you can call in, ask your questions, give your opinion, state your topic. The only thing that we do ask that when we do decide to do this, and we're going to try to shoot for Monday for the earnings call, anyone that calls in, please, we ask for you to be civil and respectful in your topic and everything. So if we really want to try to make this work, that's what we ask of you. But really quick, Giant Peter Adventures, a whole lot more people from 11 hours. Yeah, absolutely. You guys hit 14 hours, basically. That is wild.
In 2 days.
I am going to have to watch the earnings call. And then David, welcome. And I'm so glad that you were able to jump in before we ended the live. Asking conductor, how's your day today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Each day gets better and better.
And then Peter says, post the link to it in the chat. I'm assuming, are you assuming the link for the earnings call, or if you can just really quick, Peter, if you can elaborate on which is it the link for the earnings call?
And then why we're waiting for his response. I know we were going to end it, but I do want to bring up this post real quick, George, if you can pull it up for me?
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
We have some heartbreaking news. Variety is reporting that Catherine O'Hare, a veteran actor who starred in Home Alone, Schitt's Creek, and Best in Show, has died at 71. Our hearts and prayers will go out to her because she also played the bride in The Night Before Christmas. So she's going to be sadly missed. She was actually just on Hollywood Boulevard on the Walk of Fame for the dedication star for oh my gosh, I can't.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. So a tremendous loss in the entertainment world as we lost Catherine O'Hare at 71 years old. And
Absolutely. And I appreciate you remembering, because we did talk about it on the phone that we were gonna give our little tribute at the end of the live. But yeah, that is very unfortunate. I was not expecting that, because even though she was 71, she seemed very youthful, very healthy. Loved her in Home Alone. Loved her in Beetlejuice. Loved her. She, as you mentioned, she did the voice of Sally in The Nightmare Before Christmas. She was on the popular show Schitt's Creek, and yeah, just as a human being, she was Best in Show. She was a very funny person, and unfortunately, I didn't get any chance to like bump into her or meet her or anything. But as you had said, conductor, she will sorely be missed, and thoughts and prayers go out to her family during this difficult time.
absolutely. And it just goes to show you, even celebrities don't live forever. So
Yeah, it's true.
And we kind of touched upon this during the live yesterday. And we just urge everybody, if you can, if it's possible, please, please, please take care of yourself. Try your best. And I know it's difficult because we all, love the, the sweet stuff and the cookies and candies and the Jack in the Boxes and Taco Bells and so on and so on. I could go on for another hour naming everything, but please take care of yourself, and never, ever, ever, and I mean ever, um, think that your day is going horrible, because you never know if tomorrow is going to come or not. So cherish every day you can.
Absolutely. Couldn't say it better myself. So I won't even try. That you definitely said it. David says, thanks for having me on, George and conductor. Absolutely, David. You're always welcome. And of course, Big Samus, wow, just joined Deja Vu. It really was Deja Vu. Literally, we jumped back on this live and we're like, wow, it feels like we never left. The only thing that we did was we had a very, very, very late dinner, went to bed, woke up, changed our clothes. But other than that, we're here.
Pretty much.
But in any case, folks, we want to thank you all so much again for joining. Peter, I'm not sure if you're still in the chat. If you could just relay to us about the link. If not, if you can't get to it by the time that it ends, just respond in the DMs. Just write to me. I was trying to look for the quarterly. I'm on the website, but I'm trying to actually find because it's giving the quarterly earnings, but it's not giving the specific one. It's giving like the past quarterly earnings. Let me try one more thing before we end the live.
I'm going to look as well real quick.
Because it comes from the actual, I think I found it. Did I find it? Disney's Q1 fiscal year 26 earnings results. There is no results. It didn't happen yet.
Let me see.
I wonder if they just didn't post it, but I wonder if it's going to be here.
I'm not sure. It probably will if I had to guess. Let me see.
Because it has to actually come from the WaltDisneyCompany.com. This Blog Mickey. But Blog Mickey is just saying.
Let me see.
They post the.
See, I'm not 100% sure about that. So I think
Yeah,
we'll just have
yeah, there's.
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm gonna post this link. I'm gonna post this link into here. Now it doesn't show the the button to click on, but it should be this website for the fiscal one quarterly earnings quarter one fiscal year 26. It should be somewhere in there. So I just posted this because it should be there somewhere. But in any case, folks, we want to thank you so much for joining us on this live with me, George the Disney Italiano of Holo Gelato, and Mr. Theme Park Conductor from his channel, also Theme Park Conductor. And again, big shout out to everyone that contributes and is part of our lives, our shows and everything. We love, appreciate, and each and every one of you. And I'm George, the Disney Italiano. And as I always say, in Disney Italiano fashion, stay safe, stay healthy, stay Disney. Italiano out.